everyone, my name is Deja. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have my best friend Tish.
Hi, y'all. Okay, so basically, we've kind of been celebrating Deja for her huge accomplishment of writing a book. So we just wanted to continue on and just kind of do like an interview style, kind of see where her head was at with the book. And I kind of wrote a few questions, and we just, gonna talk and chat it up about the book.
Yes, so today we're going to do the interview, and it's going to be more like a conversational style interview. And yeah, let's get into it.
So before I get into the questions, like, kind of tell us, where were you like in a headspace to write the book? Like, what were you thinking when you thought about writing the book?
Um, Honestly, I never felt qualified to write a book. I definitely feel like it's a calling. I say that because I felt like there was nothing for me to write about. Like my life is like everybody else's life. And that was the initial like start of it. Like it was more so of like a obedience thing because I had the idea. I'm sure it was from God, but I had the idea to write a book, but I just never pursued it. And then randomly one day I was at home in Orlando, and my mom was doing a garage sale that day, and a random lady came up to my mom and asked her, can she speak to me? And she didn't even know that she had a daughter, which was very weird. So I think it was a divine appointment. And she allowed her to come into the house and speak to me. And the only thing the lady said was, write a book and don't leave anything out. And she just left. So from that moment and that day, I pursued the book of writing it, but I didn't know where it was going to go. But yeah, that was the initial headspace of writing the book.
So really, you was feeling like, okay, like I'm feeling the urge, like, oh, I need to write this, and then you had like a divine moment with somebody, and it kind of really pushed you to actually pursue it.
Yes.
So, what was the time frame from then to now? So, how long has it been since that moment?
From that moment, it has been 4 years.
Oh,
It's been 4 years since that moment because it happened around like 2019. 2019 when I got the word for like write the book. 2019 was when I got the word. 2020 is when I started like crafting like the body of it, and then I laid it down for a couple of years. Definitely got discouraged because of COVID and the 2 years that it took away. And then I would say last year I got like the urge again to like pick it back up and start writing again. And then yes, this year was the actual year of the launch. So it was a total of 4 years of the process of the book. Yeah.
okay. So let's kind of, I mean, since this is a conversation, let's kind of dive into the timing of everything, because I just feel like a lot of times we'll receive something from God or a word from God, or just have an inclination to do something in general. It don't necessarily have to be from God. And it would take such a long time to actually push it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're birthed with something and that baby isn't, given the freedom or whatever could be causing it to not be birthed into the earth for a long time period. So I feel like so many of us get discouraged from like our dreams and goals because it takes so long to actually manifest. So let's kind of talk about that.
I definitely agree, and I did have some like, I would say like I had some, not shame. Shame is not the word. Regret. I have regret of like the time span of what God told me to do it in. Because when He first gave me the word, it was in 2019, and then I finally produced it in 2023. And the initial part of it, I was like, oh my God, like I waited all these years. Like I feel bad that I didn't do it in this particular time,
Mm-hmm.
but the words are still prevalent from when I wrote them in 2019 or 2020, and they're actually like right now, because like the culture and the pulse of the world right now is like essential right now. So I still believe that God is a restorer of time, and I think because it was a partnership with Him that the words are still alive then as they is now. So when it comes to like the time span or the birthing process of things that God has given you, you do have to give yourself grace, because who's to say like, well, I would definitely say like when I first was about to release it, there was stuff that was missing from the book that I voluntarily didn't include or involuntarily didn't include. And I feel like over this time span and over me walking out certain things in life and seeing certain things from other people, it's now added inside of the book that needs to be released as well. So just make sure you like obedient and like have an intimate relationship with God, so you're listening and you're hearing, because He'll give you a word, but then He'll be like, all right, now is the time. If you don't do it now, it's never going to be done. So I heard that recently, so that's when I executed and I got it out. So
yeah. Okay, I get that. So really, I mean, starting out like 4 years ago, I feel like although the word was released, I feel like now is the obedience, like you're walking it out in obedience.
Yeah.
So if you would have released it then, not saying that you would have been disobedient, it was just not finished.
Yes.
So He'll give you a vision of something, and a lot of times we'll just take off running with it and not even knowing like this is for the future, or this is for you to produce later. So He kind of revealed to you like, okay, this is when it's supposed to happen right now, and walking in that obedience kind of allows you to see what would have been missing.
Yes.
So,
and to add on to that, like in the process of like releasing the book and make sure that all the edits are together, and reading the words again, like it brought tears to my eyes, because the things that I wrote in 2019, I didn't experience them like in that current moment. But then reading them again in 2023, it was like, dang, like it was like basically like a prophecy of like what was to happen, which was like really crazy. So it's like, I didn't like, you don't even know what, like sometimes like that's how you know it's like spirit led, because sometimes you don't even know what you're actually writing. Like you don't even know what you're writing, and it's not only like for me, because I'm thinking like it's gonna bless other people, but no, it blessed me as well. So
right. Yeah, and I get that. So okay, let's get back to the questions. What is your favorite part of the book?
I'm kind of, I don't know. I keep going back and forth, because I feel like I would say the epilogue, which is basically like the closing remarks, and also some of the poems. Like I feel like the one that I really resonated with the most, because it like brings everything back together, is the chapter of the Father's Embrace, which is basically like the whole mission of this book. And those poems are just introducing God as different titles, like Savior, Author, Creator, Father. And I think that the play of God the Father is like the most important. So I think that's like that chapter, the Father's Embrace, is one of my favorites. But it's also, I would say, above that is the closing remarks. And I say that because it gives you practical steps. Like it says like you have to pray and like have an intimate relationship with God, but also reading His Word as well. Because like some like self-help books just like tell you certain things that you're either struggling with or you are insecure about, but there's no like practical steps. Like in order for you to achieve the mission out of these books, the practical steps are right behind the things after you've been stripped naked of feeling the insecurities and seeing like that your life is not just your own, like somebody else is probably living the same experience that you're living in, and then you actually have the answer, and then with the answer you have the practical steps to use to maintain that answer. So I think that's my favorite part of the book, is the closing remarks.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. So do you feel like the book is geared towards a certain group of people? Because granted, at the underlying basis of this book, it's about God, Jesus.
Yes.
So do you feel like the book is only for Christians? Do you feel like it can be applied for a plethora amount of people, like it's no set group?
Yeah.
Or like, what are your thoughts on that?
I believe that the book is for a Christian read, but I think the purpose of it is for those who don't know God, which is why I gave it the title, An Orphan's Mind. Because when it comes to an orphan mindset, you either are neglected by a parent, never even met your parent, or there's certain things or certain attributes of your parents that you don't fully get because of you being an orphan. So I think the mission of this book is technically for, I want to say the lost, but I think it's for the people who either knew God before and walked away, never knew him at all, or has a relationship with him but not the intimacy level that they should have with him. And it's also for Christians as well, because even though like they're in a space where they are coming into like the presence of God or have some type of intimacy level, there's never not enough intimacy you can have with God. There's always more levels that you can grow with him. So I think it's honestly for everybody. Like it's for believers, non-believers, people who have been walking with God for 20 years, people who just started yesterday. So I think it's meant for casting a net for a vast amount of people.
Yeah.
Okay,
so y'all heard it from the author herself. Like, this book is going to reach a vast amount of people, and it's no set amount of people that this book is going to touch. So we're going to put it in her hands and let her take it from here, so she can kind of give us insight on where we can get the book from, the next steps with the book, and possibly the next book that is coming.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Tish, for interviewing me. The book is available on Amazon. It's paperback and also ebook availability. It was released last Tuesday, October 31st. So you guys, it is open, available, and published now. New book coming soon. An idea. Coming soon.
And where can they follow you at to get more updates as far as other things that you're doing, other avenues? Because I'm pretty sure you have other things that you're pursuing as well outside of the book. So where do you put the most updates? Like, where should they keep in touch?
Okay. Well, you guys can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Deja Regine J. And Regine is Regine J. All platforms are Deja Regine J. And TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and also LinkedIn, Deja R. Johnson. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. What's your
okay. Nope, nothing.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time. Oh. I'm about to start, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Cut.